Coming up on the Lakeside Loop, Alex Baehr showcases tractor pulling. Students begin practice for the fall play, and students help Mr. Lauber with recruitment. The Loop starts now. Welcome back to the Lakeside Loop. I'm Natalie Popp.
And I'm John Loest. We all have different hobbies. Yours might be something like sports or arts. For this week's Student Spotlight, Alex Baehr has a more uncommon hobby, tractor pulling. Regani Strubhar tells us more.
Tractor pulling is an electrifying motorsport full of anticipation and excitement. Alex Baehr tells us more.
We have performance tractors and performance engines in these tractors, and we hook them up to a sled that weighs close to like 60,000 pounds and pull it down the track, a dirt track, and whoever can get the furthest wins. There's a big weight on the sled that slides forward as it gets pulled down the track, and then that puts more pressure on the bottom of the sled, which is a big old pan that has spikes in it, and then as more pressure gets put on, it slows the tractor down to a stop. It goes all the way back to my grandpa, because he and my grandma used to run a farm, and they used to take out their old farm tractor and mod it up and then go pulling on the weekends. And then from there, my dad overtook it, and then now I get to do it. I got into driving this past year, and it feels really cool to be able to drive around a tractor that has close to 1,600 horsepower. There's weekly maintenance that gets done, and then every winter we have to tear down the engine just to do a regular inspection and stuff like that. Yeah, we compete with WTPA every weekend throughout the summer and into the fall. WTPA, it works like a point system, and so you build up points throughout the season with your placement. And my first run of the season, I actually blew a hole in the side of the motor. We got behind on a couple of pulls because we had to repair everything. It's been pretty rough trying to get it back. Definitely a costly sport. I'd say it's more of like a hobby because you put money in and you do earn money from the winnings, but it definitely doesn't get you back to even out. So it depends on the class you go into. There's different engine mods and different size tractors that you can pull with. I'd say it's pretty easy to get into because there's classes that go all the way down to just basic farm tractors. So I'm looking at the computer that we have on the dash after I get pulled out on the track and get all hooked in, and I slowly slip the clutch, and I gotta read all the pressures and the temps, make sure everything's good. And it's kind of just the perfect balance of throttle and clutch and getting it off down the line.
Thank you for sharing about your unique hobby.
Most of us love to watch a good play every now and then, but have you ever thought about being in one? There are many students here at Lakeside who are working hard to prepare for the fall musical Rainbow Fish. Elizabeth Mellon, one of the characters in the play, gives us some of the details.
I would say the most fun part about being in this Lakeside musical production is that I get to hang out with all sorts of other people who I usually wouldn't hang out with during the regular school day. Because I'm a sophomore in high school, and I don't usually get to see the freshmen or juniors or seniors, and it's just really neat making new friends who are awesome and they enjoy the same things as you. So I play the octopus in the Rainbow Fish, and my favorite part about that character is the song I get to sing. It's called Give It Away, and it's basically about how sharing is caring. And I'm teaching the Rainbow Fish how to share his skills with everybody. And it's just a really fun song to sing. There's a lot of energy. I just love going out there and doing my thing. For the whole process for getting ready, I would say we have two directors. One is Juan and Christina. And Juan does music with us. So we work mostly on music, like the score of the whole thing. He plays piano, and then we sing along, we do harmonies, and we learn our songs, we memorize all of them. And with Christina, we do more of the blocking, and we have some other dance students who do choreography. They teach us the choreography for stuff, and it's really neat when you put it all together, and that creates the whole production. The show is on October 20th and 21st. We have 2 performances each day. So those are Fridays and Saturday. Keep an eye out for those tickets to come.
Put your fins together for the Rainbow Fish.
We hope to see you all at the musical. And now, it's teacher time.
Teacher time, teacher time, teacher time with Ryan Fisher.
Here's a question as old as time. How did The Rock get buff? Did he just start out that way? Could he bench press one of his classmates? I think not. I think he had a gym teacher, like Mr. DeNoyer, here at Lakeside. I think I've got a long way to go.
So what do we want to know, Ryan?
Who's the better father-son duo? Mr. Dorn and Mr. Dorn, or Mr. DeNoyer and Mr. DeNoyer?
That's a tough question. I'll let the student body decide that one.
What is your favorite thing about Lakeside so far?
It's just the community that we got here. Just great kids, great faculty, great parents, everything.
What are your thoughts and opinions on ping pong?
I prefer table tennis, but good sport either way.
Why do you never talk?
I think I'm talking right now.
Why?
Because we can, Ryan.
How many years have you been teaching?
This is year number 3 for me.
Where did you get married?
Where? In Two Rivers, Wisconsin.
Why do you like Country Fridays so much?
Well, I'd go country music every day, but I just decided to go with one day, and I picked Friday.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
People that ask too many questions.
And now, the speed round. Favorite sport?
Football.
Favorite sports team?
Anything Wisconsin Badgers.
How much can you bench?
Not that much.
Favorite color?
Blue.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
What is your favorite actor?
Mark Wahlberg.
Favorite actress?
Not sure I got one.
Is Frank a good cousin?
I got better ones.
We see Lakeside students walk the halls every day. But have you ever wondered how some of them found out about Lakeside? Mr. Lauber and a group of students have been visiting different schools around the state, telling them all about Lakeside. Here's Elena Loest with the story.
On the Lakeside Loop, we are bringing back a segment we call Federation Flyby. This week, we take a peek at some of the grade schools Mr. Lauber has been visiting lately. Elena Loest had the opportunity to visit with Mr. Lauber.
So we started out by meeting in Mr. Lauber's office, and from there we either carried extra supplies or stuff to the van, and then he drove us to the first school. So when we got in there, we had just a little bit of time to find out where classrooms were and stuff until we went into the gym and we had an assembly. So Mr. Lauber talked for a little bit, and then I had to read a forensics piece to the kids. It was called the Big Purple Gorilla or something like that. And so I just had to act that out, and everyone thought I was really funny and stuff. And then we ended in the assembly with the What's New at Lakeside video. And then after that, we went around to all the classrooms giving out Lakeside merchandise to all the kids. Between visits, we do have a little bit of time to kill, and then Mr. Lauber takes us out to lunch, and Mr. Lauber paid, so that was great. And then we went to another school and did it again.
Make sure to check out upcoming segments of the Federation Flyby to catch stories from the Federation grade schools.
We hope to visit these schools next year. And now over to sports.
Hello, I'm Keegan Lundgren.
And I'm Angelina Petrovich. Welcome to the fastest news in sports. We cover all of last week's sports in less than 2 minutes. On Friday, the football team rose to the occasion, taking on Beloit Turner. RJ Darden had a stellar performance that included 2 pick sixes. Unfortunately, one was called back. Another highlight was a long run by Cooper Milsna. The Warriors took home the victory 43-13.
Girls golf ended their conference play last week with a solid second-place finish to Jefferson. All 8 conference schools were at the rainy meet. The meet was cut down from 18 holes to 9 due to the weather. Breezy Roman had a low score for the Warriors, shooting a 44 and placing 6th overall at the meet. Both Breezy Roman and Reagan Gebhardt were named first team All-Conference. Tessa Schmacher was awarded second team All-Conference, and Kayla Hirschfeld and Gabby Schmid received honorable mention.
The volleyball team had its first border battle against Illinois schools at the Wetosha Invite. The Lady Warriors ran into some stiff competition and lost all 3 games.
Men's soccer also had a tough time last week. The Warriors lost to Sugar River 5-1. Their only goal was scored by Josh Cranky. Later in the week, Lakeside again lost 5-1 with Josh Cranky scoring the only single goal.
The cross-country teams were at the highly competitive Pete Nielsen Laser Relays this past weekend. Ranked Division I schools took part in the competition. The boys rose to the level of their competition and took second overall behind Hartford. Cameron Weiland placed first among the runners. Gideon Ewert and Mark Garcia joined them in the top 10 honors. Among the girls, the fastest times for Lakeside were freshman Hannah Minning, who placed 25th.
And that's time.
And now you're in the loop. I'm John Lose.
And I'm Natalie Pop. Thanks for watching.